Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Annie J, and this is my first YouTube video. This video is for people who care so much about other people's opinions when it doesn't matter to you, and it shouldn't. Those people have no effect on your life whatsoever, so you shouldn't let opinions of others affect you in any way, shape, or form. So this is how you're not gonna give a shit. I think the first step is making that conscious decision of saying, hey, I'm not going to allow somebody to have so much power over me. I'm not going to let that person's opinion have so much power to weigh in any factor in my life. If you're watching this video right now, that means you've already made that choice. And I just want to add that this is no easy task. There are days where I care and I constantly have to remind myself, like, you shouldn't, you don't. Once you've take certain steps, you'll eventually get there. Fake it till you make it. Convince yourself of what you're saying is to be true. Sometimes we're like, I don't know how to do that, so I'm not going to do it. But you want to practice doing certain things over and over. When I was in high school and my mom would always give her opinion and I would always scare, she'd be like, that shirt is ugly, I'll take it off, I'll change that pants. It's not cute. I would change immediately, no questions asked. And then I realized I really like these pants. I really like these shirts. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna listen to what she has to say, even though part of me wanted to change every time she said something because she didn't like the way I dress, and that's totally fine. I started convincing myself. I started being like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I guess I was trying to let my brain catch up to what I'm saying. Like, I convinced myself so much that I don't care that it came to a point where I didn't even realize that I actually stopped caring. Mom would say things like, that's what you're wearing? I didn't dress like just like a little boy. And she didn't like that. And one day she was like, why you dressed like that? Are you gay? And I was like, yes. Am I gay? No. But guess what? I don't care what you think about me. So I'm gonna wear what I want. And that's when I realized, like, I've actually stopped caring about her opinion. You really want to convince yourself of what you're saying, and eventually it'll stick. Believe me, I've done it, and you may not even notice that it's actually working. We're gonna be delusional. It's okay to be a little delusional. When I say be delusional, there's a fine line between delusional and batshit delusional. You don't want to be on that side of the spectrum. Or look at it as, what does that version of yourself look like? That person who don't care, what does that person do? How does that person act? You want to incorporate those things. Ask yourself these questions when you're put in a situation and you feel like you start to care. Ask yourself, would the version of you who doesn't care, if that's something that they'll do, if that's something that they'll say, if that's how they'll react? If not, then you don't engage and you don't react. If it's something you say you're going to do, you have to put it into action. Oh, I'm going to be a content creator. You have to actually create content. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're just saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you're not actively doing it, it's not just going to magically appear. So even though you're being delusional, you're like, oh, I want to be this, I want to do this, you have to put it into action. Stop asking people's opinions. Another thing, and I know we like to ask people's opinions of, oh, does this look good on me? Oh, do you think I should do this? Or, oh, would you think? Stop asking people's opinions. Don't get me wrong, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but when you're in a journey of not caring, you want to make said decisions for yourself. Because if you think about it, you care about their opinions. That's why you're asking them, does this look good on me or not? Right? As I said, it's not a bad thing to ask, but you want to get into a habit of being sure about yourself. Like, I'm sure about myself. I'm sure about what I want. I'm sure about what I want to do, what I want to eat, what I want to wear. But also, it comes down to self love and loving yourself and being confident and being sure 1,000% in your goals and everything that you want to do. If you're not there yet, ask yourself, with the version of you who you envision, is that something that they would do? So that you know where you're going, or you know who you want to be, or what that person looks like. It's absolutely okay to say no. If you don't want to go, say no. If you don't want to talk, say no. If you don't want to do said things people are asking you to do, say no. And if people think you're a bad person because of it, oh well. You have to accept that not everybody is going to be okay with said version of you. When you have boundaries, when you have standards, people are going to look at you, this person think they're all that. No, it's you setting your boundaries and what you like and what you don't like and what you're not going to stand for, what you're not going to do. It's definitely going to come with some pushback, and that's okay. If somebody's gonna shame you for not wanting to go or not wanting to do said things, that's say a lot about them than it does you. And if they're not okay with that, then I'm sorry, but they're gonna have to be left behind because we're moving forward with ourselves. Trust yourself. If you feel like it's something you don't want to do, don't do it. If you feel it in your gut that you shouldn't be here, then leave. If you feel like I don't like X, Y, and Z, then don't deal with it. It's okay. We're not all going to be perfect. We're not all going to make the right choices. But the important thing is we learn and we move on. If we feel like something is not right, you listen to that feeling and you act accordingly. So make sure you trust yourself and constantly remind yourself what your goal is. You're going to tell yourself every day, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You have to get up and do those things. Constantly reassure yourself, like, I don't care about certain things, so I'm not going to waste my energy on that. It's easier said than done, but when you constantly do it over and over and over and over again, you build a habit, you build repetition, then it's stuck in your brain that, hey, I don't care. I don't want to do that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments and I will absolutely reply. But I'll see you in my next video. Bye.